I committed to 30 days of Joe Dispenza meditations, thinking that I would emerge as some enlightened being manifesting instantly. But I nearly had a complete mental breakdown and I almost quit meditation altogether. So everyone talks about, the amazing results from doing Dr. Joe's work consistently, but there are things that actually happen in the between phases, what I experienced in the 30 days. And not even the testimonials were talking about it, the success stories, or even Joe himself. He doesn't really prepare you for the psychological warfare that your old self is about to wage against your transformation. So the beginning of my journey was incredible. I'm having these amazing meditations, feeling connected to everything. I'm already, mentally rehearsing myself being on stage at a retreat, telling my story. But then at around day 8, something like that, my body just stopped cooperating. I'm talking about exhaustion that sleep couldn't fix, denseness, emotions from years ago just randomly showing up, and this bizarre thing where everyone around me seemed different. Or maybe I was just finally seeing them clearly for the first time. I don't know. Then there was this phase where I felt like I was just meditating into nothing, like nothing was happening. I was sitting there every morning wondering if I had just completely wasted 3 weeks of my life, 4 weeks of my life. And there was one time I literally Googled, can meditation make you crazy at about 3 a.m.? But then something actually shifted. And I want to tell you that it wasn't like a big mystical moment. It was more like waking up one day and realizing that the world felt different. So day 1, I'm sitting there with my, meditation set up. I got my journal with me as well, and I'm ready for all of these profound insights that I'm about to have. And honestly, the first week was great. It was everything that I expected and hoped for. And around day 3, I'm texting my friends like, guys, I figured it out. I've got this. Like, this is it. Because I'm having a beautiful meditation. I'm feeling this connection to something bigger than me. And day 5, I'm already, planning that story to be on stage, telling my story to other people. But what I realized was that was the honeymoon phase. And it was basically my brain trying to be nice before the real work started, okay? Now, your old self gives you these feel-good moments to keep you comfortable. Like, oh, you're trying something new, huh? Okay. Let me give you a bit of dopamine just to keep you happy. Yep, have fun for a little bit. And your brain thinks that you're just playing around. But it hasn't realized that you are serious about changing yet. You know what I mean? It's like you step in the gym for the first time and you're a bit excited and you're like doing great. So week 1, everything is just amazing, and that isn't the breakthrough yet. That is the calm before the storm. Because what happened next almost made me quit because I didn't know about it. So here it is. It was about day 8, and I wake up feeling like shit. Not sick, like just off. It felt off, heavy, like my body was saying, what the heck are you doing to us? And day 10, I sit down to meditate and my mind goes absolutely nuts. Hey, you've got emails, get up. Your business needs attention. This is stupid. You're wasting your time. Just yap, constant chatter. Day 12, that was rough. It was so rough. And this is literally like in the second week, nearly in the second week. I'm sitting there and I just start crying. Like ugly crying. And I have no clue why. And then I'm dreaming about my ex from 5 years ago. I'm getting mad at my parents about some childhood stuff. It's like someone dumped every unprocessed emotion that I'd been carrying around, like all at once. And so I started getting headaches as well when it was around day 13. My sleep started getting weird, my stomach felt off, and I thought I was getting sick. But looking back on it now, I think my body was just freaking out because of it was changing its chemical routine, right? There was no stress chemicals. It was mitigating the stress chemicals. And it's a chemical withdrawal. And so I've been anxious and struggling for years, and so my body was expecting those daily stress hormones. However, when I was doing it constantly and cutting off that supply, of course it's going to fight back. So if you are going through this right now, please, you're not broken. You are not broken. You're not doing anything wrong. This is actually proof that it's working. And so, day 14, 2 weeks in, this was probably the worst. I'm in bed and I'm laying in bed at around 3 a.m. and I'm Googling, can meditation make you crazy? Because I literally thought that there was something wrong with me. I felt empty. Not sad, not happy, just like nothing. Like I was watching my life happen to someone else. And I tried to call a friend to explain what was happening, and she was like, she didn't do this work. She didn't like know anything about spirituality. I just needed to talk to someone. She was like, maybe you should stop this meditation thing. And that sounded pretty reasonable. But then I remember Joe talking about something called the dark night of the soul. How this actually is when your old identity is dissolving and your new identity hasn't fully integrated or fully formed yet. And so we are between two frequencies. Our old neural pathways are breaking down, but the new ones aren't strong enough just yet. So I felt like nothing. Because in a way, I am nothing. I am in the space between who I was and who I was becoming. Now, day 16, I woke up, and for the first time in a week, I didn't feel like I was drowning. It was subtle, but something had clicked, something had shifted. And then to day 17 to 22, around 22, were weird, but in a completely different way. Because nothing was happening, like at all, nothing. I'm doing my morning meditation. I'm following the process, and silence. No insights, no breakthroughs, no mystical experiences, not even elevated emotions. And I'm sitting there, dude, did you just waste 3 weeks of your life? But day 20, I'm checking about my bank account, looking for signs, right? Where's my abundance? It's like, come on, nothing. I'm looking for synchronicities. I'm looking for people to treat me differently. Anything that would prove that this is working, and nothing. And that is where I almost screwed everything up. Because the moment you check for results, you're basically telling the universe that you don't believe it's working. And I was operating from lack, not abundance. This is living in the gap between cause and effect. Like the work is happening, but I just couldn't see it yet. And I had no one to talk to about this. And it was like digging a seed and digging it up every day to check it to see if it's growing. That's what I was doing. But I had that psychological warfare happening inside. But that void isn't empty. It's basically our nervous system rewiring itself, but we can't feel it. However, the growth is happening underground, in the dark, where we can't see it. And so, day 23, I wake up and I know something is different. Like, not dramatically, but it's like someone adjusted the settings in reality. In the old school TVs, I don't know if you can do it now, but you can adjust the brightness and stuff. Everything seemed more vivid, more real. And I was in line at the coffee shop, and normally I would, be on my phone, stress scrolling, thinking about my to-do list. But here I am, I'm just looking around, noticing people, feeling genuinely curious about the world. Now listen to this, day 25, my business partner says something that would normally trigger me, you know what I mean? Instead, I hear it, I think about it, and I respond from this calm place. I didn't even know that existed within me. And then day 27, that's when it really clicked. I'm in meditation, and I realize I am not trying to become someone new anymore. I'm just being who I am underneath all of that conditioning, underneath all that programming, the lies, the stories that I just chose to believe. And I realized that this is what becoming no body, no one, no thing is. You're not adding something to yourself. You're removing everything that isn't really you, right? This unworthiness that we just chose to believe. Well, I chose to believe that. And so these last days were all about learning to maintain this new state while dealing with my regular life. However, by day 30, people started commenting that I seemed more different, more relaxed, more present. I was smiling more. My business numbers improved without me changing my strategies or investing in anything new. And finally, my external world was responding to my internal shift. So, if you are thinking about doing this, here's what I wish someone had told me. First, the resistance around day 8. That's not failure. Remember, that's not failure. That is your old self fighting for its life. Expect it. Second, don't check for results. It's tempting, but every time you look for proof, you're operating from a frequency from lack, and you're trying to change that. Third is the void place where nothing seems to be happening. Remain calm and keep going, because that is actually when the deepest work is occurring. Trust it, even when you can't see it. Keep a journal. Document everything. Physical symptoms, how you feel, emotions, your dreams, weird experiences. Document those. Your Googling patterns like me. And be amazed at the patterns afterwards. You're going to acknowledge all the clicks. And understand that day 30 isn't the finish line. That is the starting line. The real work is maintaining this new frequency in your regular life, now and forever. And I'm not going to lie, this is not comfortable. This is so uncomfortable. It's not the Instagram-worthy type of change. It's messy, it's challenging, and it will test you. It will test everything that you believe about yourself. But if you can't make it through those 30 days, if you can make it through those 30 days, navigating through the resistance and the emptiness and the breakthrough, oh my God, you will come out on the other side as someone you didn't even know that you could be. Oh yeah. And are you ready for that? Are you ready to feel worse before you feel better? Now, can you trust the process when everything in your body is telling you to quit? Or if nothing is showing that there is progress? Because there's no comfortable path to real transformation. But there is a path. And this is just my experience, but at least you know what it looks like. So if you are ready to commit to this, then please let me know in the comment section below. Or are you looking for the easy way still? But if this changed how you think about transformation, but keep tuning in to my videos because we are just getting started.